Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included, Spaced Out Edition. We are here in Smelora. So we've solved our oxygen problem, and we just have to fix the power problem. We were going to transport a bunch of coal over here through these little machines, so it's primarily this machine here where we could receive coal from once we power it up. Problem is we don't have anybody with field research in this colony. So, we're waiting for one of our characters, I forget which one, to update his skills. I think it's Brad, right? Yeah, we give him advanced research, so we just have to wait till he has a point again so that we can give him field research. And then we'll be able to do that. Uh, Meanwhile, we have some other skills to assign. So you're our farmer. You're maxed out, though. I mean, see, there's more red right now than there is, so we're just going to wait. Same with Larry. We're okay with where we're at. And same with Hardy. So we're just going to leave them. If you keep giving them too many skills, yeah, they do more work, but they also start getting negatives. See, look, because of the morale needed. Now, we can fix that by increasing the morale. Like, for example, Decor, making it greener throughout the base, making sure that there's nice, clear oxygen. Right now, it's polluted oxygen, a lot of it. So they're not as happy about that. Of course, the only solution for the polluted oxygen thing is clean up your base. Which we need massive storage for and all that good stuff. We need to continue digging all this out. Digging that out and digging that out so that we can clean up the rest of this base and stop the smells. That'll help for here. Meanwhile, what they're doing is they're just digging around and looking for stuff. Now, we did find a Cobalt Volcano here. Problem is that's going to produce a lot of heat if we get that active, so that's why we haven't unburied it yet. So we'll need to figure that out. We also need to get a Dasha salt vine farm going, but we need chlorine for that. So we would really either have to find a chlorine vent or transport that stuff over to our other world where we have the chlorine vents and make a farm there. Hypothermia. They must be exploring the ice realms of Vitalius. Over here we were expanding, so let me see. We were looking for more vents. And of course, we need to go down to look for oil. So, we need to dig here and go down so that we can see in this dark spot, and we need to go up more so that we can see here. And then down at the bottom of the base, which is where they're digging right now, we need to get over here, and we need to see the rest of this and what's down below and keep going. Same thing over here. Somewhere we need to dig down over here too. So we got this uncovered, so I guess we might as well take a what's our most we get into this coal and stuff. We've got lots of the sedimentary rock and stuff around here, so we'll just build this out of sedimentary rock. There we go. We'll just keep it on a 5, and we're gonna keep going down. We'll switch here, move over a little bit, and go like that. That'll give us access to this huge coal area, but then also keep us going down so that we can explore more of the bottom of the map. We need to finish out digging this out, and we need to research and analyze this volcano. We might as well go ahead and do it. It's dormant now, this saltwater vent, but we need to get the rest of this dug out. So I think, the only way to do that is to keep going. It's a 6, so eventually they'll get in here, but they can't reach it because of this. That's why. So what we can do is we can continue that down. on the inside so that eventually they can dig this out. He's going to research. So cool. Our farms are good, so we can go ahead and copy this stuff over. Copy, 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 copy. Then we're going to take this, and we're going to go copy, 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 copy. And then we're going to take this, and I believe we have some stone hatches. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're fine. We can eat. Eventually we'll have smooth hatches, which is going to give us other metals. So that's what we want there. Oops. Copy, 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 copy. All right, so these barbs can now expand. Because right now, you know, look, these guys are glum, they're cramped, because, you know, we've got this set at 8. When we look at the rooms, here are a couple guidelines. So this room, maximum size is 96 tiles. Tiles. We're at 89. Now, you know, we could have taken it over one more and hit that 96. Which would allow us to have 7 critters inside this entire room, this entire space, 7 critters. It's kind of funny, but that's how you keep them happy. Now, of course, you know, you do this and keep them in a small area just so it's easier to take care of them. And then you can use this space for other things. So, for example, this space is really good for automated storage. So we could take and put 3 here. I can't remember how big this is. Let's take a look at it. Automation. So what we're going to do, not automation, shipping. We're going to want this thing. It's an auto sweeper and organizer. And see, it has these boxes that tells you how big it can cover. So if I put it right here, it's going to be able to reach all of those. We'll put 2 in as an example. So that's going to be able to reach anything within the arm's distance of that, which is basically 3 out on each side. So all of these storage bins can be reached. Now, it's going to, you know, what it's going to do is it would either put stuff in these or take them out. To do that, it needs to put stuff into an input. So here we have a conveyor chute which will spit stuff out. Like if we pick it up, for example, in this farm, we pick up all this stuff and we just spit it out over here, and then this thing will distribute it into whatever storage bins we've designed to pick up the cotton type stuff. I forget what it's called. Thimble reeds. All right. And then you need a conveyor loader to take it out of the chest. So it'd take it out of the chest or out of the storage and put it into this conveyor loader, which we can stick, for example, right here. And then we can use a conveyor rail to take it and put it somewhere. So we have lots of gold, so we'll make it out of gold. So we could go here and we can start a rail down both. Now we probably don't want to go into this, but see, we can come down and just connect it into one line, and that line comes this direction, and you know, whatchamacallit. Now that's one way to do it. So you can take stuff that comes in, and we'd have to have a separate line, and spit it out over here next to the storage so that we can fill the boxes, and we can take it out of the boxes and send it places like to farms. So for example, let's say that this was all filled up with sedimentary rock, right? We could take it here, move it over here, and put it into a chute that drops it. As an example, we'll just stick it right here into these. And then you have a sweeper that grabs it from those chutes. It will store it into the chest, which is collecting sedimentary rock or granite or whatever we want it to collect. Right now it looks like granite. I'm not sure why it's granite. It's supposed to be sedimentary rock, but that's okay. So it will let's come back to my shipping overlay. What it'll do is it'll grab the rock from here, let's say granite, put it in this thing. It's going to go down the chute and drop it out onto the floor, which you could just leave it there and then these guys would just eat it. Or you can have another one that picks it up, puts it in the storage, as well as puts it in the feeder. And so now the dupes no longer have to come over here and manually fill the storage with granite and manually fill the feeder with granite so that these guys get fed. Instead, you have a machine doing it all. Of course, it takes power, but that's how you can set these up. And so that's the advantage of having like all of this space over here, is now you have this automated storage where you've got things going on. We can put one more thing. Now we could advance our storage by using smart bin storage, which will, you know, filter stuff and all of that as well, but, you know, that costs more power and automation and things like that as well. So anyways, it's a great way. So we'll just start setting some stuff up, but this is a great way to start automating stuff. Same thing, you could come down here. We could install one, for example, right here. So that's the max size of our farm. We've got one tile too big, unfortunately, on our farm. Now what it's going to do is it's going to, every time these things harvest and drop, it's just going to pick it up automatically. And then we could send it down a line to put it in storage, or, you know, move it over here, or we could send it all the way up to this thing so that it fills a storage bin right next to this, so that when we're producing, you know, suits, there's automatically, you know, the thimble reed here. Or, you know, we can do the same thing, send the blossom berries straight up to the electric grill, or the mealwood seeds, the lice seeds, lice, whatever it is, straight to here so it cooks instead of someone carrying it. That's the advantage of, you know, the shipping. And then your dupes get happier because they're not running around, you know, they don't have the long commutes message and all of that. So anyways, there's a tutorial on all of that. We'll eventually get that working. Meanwhile, we've been ignoring stuff. Let's look at our dupes. What do we got? We got tidying and piloting. So he gets skilled with hard digging already. A kitchen menace. And unconstructive. Can't do digging, but he can do agricultural. Not really excited, but we don't have any pips in this base. Let's get some pips. Pips are cute. Do we have any new skills? No, we still got the same ones, right? Oh no, Dr. No's new. So we can give Dr. No up. Oh, cat, you're gonna survive. It's not your dinner time yet. Not sure if the meow is picking up, but Kitty is saying, feed me, or pet me. Alright, but anyways, pips. There were some over here. This is a pip. Pips are interesting, you know. If we find an arbor tree, they'll be really good for it. Arbor trees produce lumber. But we gotta find it. Anyways, how we doing over here? What have we accomplished? We are picking up stuff. They are filling the things. That's good, that's good. What were we exploring? Oh yeah, we were slowly digging this way. They're not doing a very good job at getting over here and collecting stuff, but somewhat. What's wrong with you? Sopping wet, yucky lungs, and hypothermia. Okay. Why, is it cold in this base? Oh, you must just in this area, it's cold. Okay, I get it. Alright, eventually we need a medical, and we need the upgraded toilets. Oh, great, we've got morbs. Morbs show up when there's polluted oxygen and it's unhygienic area, meaning dirty, which, you know, this base is dirty. And then they start creating more polluted oxygen for your base. Oh joy, you know, more polluted oxygen, just what we need, right? So yeah, eventually we'll have to fix that. We also got to get these guys harvested, but I don't think we have anybody that is a rancher over here. Yeah, it would be Brad, but unfortunately we've prioritized him to get to field research, so that's going to be a while. But everybody's sick over here, so I think we need some medicine and some things to help out. We're going to do a triage cot, so we're going to stick a hospital up here. So we'll do that. Eventually, we're going to need a sink in the hospital. We're going to need a apothecary over here. We're going to need a mess table over in here because this thing requires all of this stuff. We do have a little bit of granite, so we'll do that. And then, of course, it needs a advanced toilet in here, too. You can't use a regular outhouse. You have to have the advanced stuff. And then we need a refrigerator as well. So you need all of this. Not crap, but you need all of this stuff. I want to change this. We're going to move it over one. There we go. Then, of course, we'll have to put in the walls on each side to turn it into a room. We've got the ventilation over here, so that's fine. And we can do a statue over here eventually as well to increase decor. And then in the meantime, we can do some of this. So we'll do a corner one and do a corner one there. And then we'll get some of this. We don't have a whole lot of granite over here, so we'll have to be careful, but we can at least get some of the decor up. We need to do the same thing for the bedroom eventually, and for here, and get things, you know, cleaned up. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot to fix this place up, but we'll get there eventually. Anyways, they'll build all this. It's not going to be functional yet, simply because, well, it'll be inside a building, but these things won't be working, so I'm not sure if it's going to count. But we'll get there. Meanwhile, oxygen's still great, so we've solved that problem, but we still have an issue with power over here. So it's either we find coal by exploring the map, or we wait and we turn on these so that we can bring coal over here, or we find some other vent. So really, our goal in this one is that, honestly, it's dig, 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 dig. I mean, that's what we need to do. So we're going to dig across here, and we'll dig that so that we can get over here. Here's some arbor trees, too. Cool. This still needs to be dug out. And then this direction, you know, this stuff needs to be dug out. There's some water there. We'll have to watch that. And, of course, we got to go down and stuff. So they're just not... They're not really... I mean, they're doing work, but there's not enough people over here to get going. To make things happen. So we're just going to increase some of this to 6. We especially need to get this taken care of and that taken care of, so that we can, you know, finish up this, seal it, clean it out, you know, get rid of the rest of the polluted oxygen in here. Yeah. Cool. Well, these guys are going to continue to work. That's all they could do. Did this thing... Okay, so this thing will work. So now, at least, you know, from a perspective of if they get injured, we're just going to turn it at 100. They'll go heal themselves, things like that. Cool. Awesome. How's our skills? Are we... Nope, we haven't upgraded yet, so can't do anything. Alright, let's go back to Vitalios. What are we doing over here? We got all kinds of things. Starvation again, huh? Devin, why can't you find food? Because you're just... I don't know, you're sitting here doing nothing. Alright, whatever. Well, you got plenty of food on the map, so go eat. Alright, on this side, we do need to do more stuff. we are exploring. That's our priority. Power is the issue. This thing's gonna start up in 4 cycles, so that's good. That'll give us our main power source back until we can find. All right, we finished exploring. Anything here? No. Anything here? No. But we need to keep digging. So you guys are gonna keep digging until we get to the gold. And then we need to go down more. What is the most prevalent material? It looks like sandstone. So we're going to do a sandstone ladder. Always try to build with something that they have easy access to. Just because it'll make it easier. Alright, we're just going to come straight down through here. There. And that means we need to dig to there. Alright, so that'll keep them going. On the upside, we're still working it. Okay, so we'll keep going. And then on this side over here, we haven't started. Okay, no problem. It's not a big deal. And we have finished exploring going up, right? Yes. Up we are good, except for this little patch. How do we get through the patch? So I guess what we can do is we can do another little dig here. We can come over here. We'll go up. And that'll get us to the patch. Cool. Alright. The goal is also eventually... long-term goals. Eventually, you know, we'll dig everything out in the entire map. How's our decor over here? So decor's really bad. So let's concentrate on trying to see if we can improve the decor. This thing I don't think's needed here anymore. Because there's never going to be enough polluted oxygen right here because it's all going to go down. So we're going to deconstruct these. We're going to deconstruct our liquid pipes in here as well. There we go. They'll put water everywhere, but it's not going to get into our... I was going to say it's not going to get into our water source, but it is. So we're going to maximum 9 right there. We're going to... Yep. Before they deconstruct these pipes, they're going to build this first. That way the water will come and pour down and not pour in. There we go. See, we saved it. Now, the clean water would have been fine, but once they destroy these pipes, we get the polluted water. We didn't want that in the base. All right. So, decor. So, what can we do? There's a couple things we can do for decor. The easiest one, of course, is this stuff. Because it's granite, you know, we can, anywhere where there's a room, we can put this stuff in. So, you know, for example, in our storage room here, right? As ridiculous it is, in the corner of that farm, actually both corners. We won't put the whole ceiling on, but we'll get there. These are little things. Oh, we don't need to be out on 9. We can switch it back to 5. These are just little things. It will help to kind of move it along and get some good decor going. So we can do the same thing here, a couple across the top. We're going to put a light source eventually in right there. But we can, you know, utilize a couple of these items just to make it a little bit better so that, you know, there's not the negative decor, right? I mean, that's the goal. We can do our hospital room. That should be nice, right? The other one is plants, stuff like that. So we could do more plants in places. So for example, next to our research here, we can put in a plant thing. We'll probably go ahead on these vents, you know, put in little plant things. I'm always kind of consistent, as you can see. If there's a vent, put a plant on top of it. I don't know why, but you know, We do it. Alright, and then we can mop up this mess we made. The rest of it's gonna go down and flow into different places, so, but we'll mop it all up. Alright. Well, that completes this episode, so thank you for joining. We did make some progress, and we learned some stuff about shipping, which will eventually get built. And we'll see you in the next episode, everybody.